Another Thursday night, my favorite night of the week. Yes, it is. And tonight I'm so excited because I always excited. I was excited when Jan came. I was excited when Paula came, Mary came. I'm always excited. But anyway, I'm real excited because Cheryl's coming in live from Pahrump, where they're doing amazing things out there in Nevada. If you haven't heard of the BYOV, it's build your own vehicle, and it's or build your own van or whatever. And they do some amazing stuff. They have all these volunteers come in, Cheryl being one of them. She's volunteering, and we'll find out from her what she's actually building. And if you want any information on it, it's on the Home on Wheels Alliance.com, and you can see some of the information on that. So let's bring in. We've got Mary coming in from Georgia. Hello, Mary. Oh, you look like you're on stage right now. You're not in, you're not in the kitchen cooking.
I
Oh,
won't be in the kitchen cooking tonight, Patty.
darn it. I can't get hungry. Well, nice to see. And then Deb Wickland's here listening in. Uh, she's actually having dinner, so I don't know if she's going to come on screen or not. Hi, Deb.
Whoops, sorry.
Hey, you want to see Mary? I watched a video the other day, just a rerun, and Mary's over there cooking, and we're all talking, and she's in her kitchen cooking. So anything goes here, Deb. If you want to come on camera, that's fine. And you don't even have to have makeup on either. You can just come on. It's Thursday night chat. All right, and so Cheryl, give her a drum roll. Just got off work. How you doing, Cheryl?
I'm hot and sweaty.
Oh my God, that's so amazing that you volunteered to do that. So what's the temps out there?
I think it's in the upper 80s, lower 90s today. It's a little cooler than it's been, but it's been
Cooler?
between 90 and 95 every day for the last week and a half. And it's getting old.
It's getting old, yeah, dusty and old, and yeah,
Mhm.
sticky. So tell us about, let's see, tell us about what the overall, because a lot of people don't know what this is. I didn't know last year. I mean, I've been doing this for years. I didn't know what it was. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of people
Well,
now that are coming into the, van life, and maybe they'd like to know
right.
what it is.
Yeah. Well, the Homes on Wheels Alliance is it's a nonprofit organization that it was started by Bob Wells a few years ago, and I don't know how many years ago, but anyway, it's geared towards helping people that um, that their vehicle is their residence, and help them to make it a comfortable um, endeavor.
Uh-huh.
So many people nowadays are trying to get by on disability or just their social security check and just totally underfunded. And, maybe they're even still working, but they make enough money for their car payment and food, and that doesn't leave much for rent and, your power bill and water bill and everything. So they choose to live in their vehicles.
Wow.
And so we do things like build out, most SUVs and cars, the floor is just hugely uneven. So we build out platform beds in there that are level, that have storage underneath so they can store their belongings. We build in like kitchen cabinets. We put in solar systems with with batteries and solar panels on the top. Some people are getting exhaust fans on their roof. Some people are getting reflectix for their windows. So everybody is getting a little bit different, based on what their needs are and so forth. And there was many applicants. And last year they were able to help 8 people. This year they're doing close to 30 people.
Wow.
So just by volunteer work and people generously donating materials and cash to make it happen.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. And along with it is also the teaching them to to live this lifestyle in a respectful way that doesn't affect basically property owners. And trying to get the word out that just because somebody lives in their car doesn't mean they're a homeless bum.
Right.
They might be a upstanding citizen, and they just happen to live in a vehicle. And trying to break down the stigma behind vehicle dwellers, and come up with legislation to to provide services for these people.
Mhm.
Where do they shower? Where can they shower? Where can they dump their trash that's not going to be littering, um, and those sorts of things.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That totally makes sense. What team are you working on?
Well, the first week I was here, I was a camp host, so all of the volunteers and recipients are camping up in BLM land. And when we're getting ready to work on somebody's van, everything's got to be taken out of it. They show up here with all their belongings, and
Yeah.
they can't really work on anything when the van's full of everything. So Howa has provided these big cabin tents, so we help people get everything they have out of the van. Some of them have partial builds and dressers and cabinets and stuff that just need to be out of the way to make it work. So we move that all into tents for them. We also were providing crafts and game night and campfires and so forth.
So they actually live in the tent while they're what do you call it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're just living in their van, in the tent, while their van is being worked on. And this week I'm doing hospitality, and we actually had a delay this week because last week the main head guy in charge of all the builds was tested positive for COVID.
Oh no.
Thursday or Friday, I believe. And we immediately shut everything down, and everybody isolated at their own rigs.
Really?
And so that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and we started back up Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
And so everybody's been masked up with N95 masks. And today we went around, we had to order tests for 100 plus people, because there's no way we had that many on hand. So we had ordered the tests that came in today, and we started testing people, and only one other person has tested positive.
Really?
A couple people have refused to test, so they're having to just leave until everything's cleared. But that's their own prerogative, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird that they would, why would they? It's weird.
Yeah, well, people have their beliefs and their, whatever. And
I mean, I can see the shot and everything, but testing, come on, you're
I know, it seemed kind of funny to me, but that's their own decision. And, they can't be allowed to stay if they're not going to test. It's just,
right. Yeah.
I mean, it's very slim to none chances that they've got it. But the one person, the main build guy that had it, and the one that tested positive today was the nurse. So.
Oh, so she probably had a lot of exposure, huh?
Yeah, so she had seen a lot of people. But then she was supposed to do the COVID test today, so I ended up doing COVID tests for people all day.
Oh, Lord. Golly.
So that's kind of exhausting,
Yeah, that's really putting you on the...
It was interesting. It was for a good cause, but I'm tired of wearing that mask. It's nice to have it off my face.
Oh, yeah.
I see my face is quite red. It's not from the sun. It's just from being hot all day.
Wow.
But the next week, I'm taking 4 days off to go do some of my own personal things, but I'm coming back the last week, and I'm on a build team that's building a bed in a van for a lady, and
nice.
Also reflectics for her windows. So
how nice.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, let's bring in some people. Maybe they've got some questions for you.
Okay.
We've got Mary here. Just think of a question for Cheryl.
Hi, Barbara. I see you're in the background.
Yeah, Barbara's back there. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's get everybody in here. There we go. So did you have any questions for Cheryl, Mary, out there? Mary's in Georgia, everybody.
It's too bad that someone tested positive for COVID, because that kind of shut some things down. But here's my question. For your team that's building the bed, do they do like the basic bed with the plywood and the legs and stuff, or do they do a cot, or how do they do that?
Yeah. No, we're doing plywood for
the really?
Platforms. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so they sleep in the tent, And so they're there for what, like 2 weeks, the people that are getting their
You
van?
know, everybody's just, some people are just getting one thing and they're here for 1 week. Some people are here for the whole time. And unfortunately, the scheduling has a couple people, they were here for the first week for phase 1 and the last week for phase 2. So they're sitting here doing nothing for 2 weeks. So that's kind of awkward for them. But you know, we're trying to fit as many people in as we can with the volunteers that are here. So
Right.
yeah.
And then now,
do what you have to do.
you're out there. Deb, did you have a question? Deb Wickland's in the house.
Hi, I'm curious, how does this get advertised and how many years has this been going on, did you say?
I believe the Build Your Own Vehicle started about a year ago. They do it in the spring and the fall. And it started, somebody had donated a van to Homes on Wheels Alliance, HOWA, and said, you know, donate this to somebody that needs it. So they took applications, and hundreds of applications came in, and they were only able to help one person, obviously.
Yeah.
So Bob Wells and Sue Ann Carlson and Linda and Casey and probably the whole HOWA upper echelon got together and tried to brainstorm how they could help more people. And they realized that if they did a something where people had their own vehicle, and they have to prove that they own the vehicle. They can be making payments on it, but they have to show that they have enough money to continue paying the payments on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and they
okay.
have insurance on it, so they don't want to build out somebody's vehicle and then get it repossessed.
That's right. That makes they're doing a thorough job. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do a very good job of vetting people, and I've met most of the recipients, and they all are just amazing people that for some reason they need help. People that have had strokes, that they're still able to live on their own. But they just don't have enough money to live in a sticks and bricks, and they're quite happy living the nomad life. Mm-hmm. But they aren't able to build out. There's one young man here, I don't know exactly his age, but he's probably in his 30s, and he's going blind. And him and his girlfriend are traveling in their van, and he's on disability now because he's nearly blind, and so he needed some help building out his van, so he's getting work done. There's a lady that's had an aneurysm and she's had issues, a diabetic woman and people that just, a lot of single women, but also a lot of men as well, that for various reasons either don't have the tools, don't have the expertise, or don't have the physical or mental ability to do what needs to be done. And by opening it up to people that have their own vehicles, they were able to get donations in the way of, people donate solar panels and batteries. And,
that's amazing.
And, lumber and tools and stuff. And a lot of people donate cash to go towards building out these vehicles. So we're able to, in October and April every year, I think October last year was when they did the one van. In April, they helped 8 people, and now they're doing 28 people. So
wow.
Yeah,
that is just amazing.
It's just such a good feeling that these people are getting a leg up and getting the help they need to make their life more comfortable.
Yeah, what a turn on for the people, and look at the growth. So that it's really, 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 really growing. And I want to take just a minute here to tell you, Cheryl, the people that are volunteering also, have a little shout out to them too. I mean, you're out there. I want to show this video, so I want to show people. I want to put this in the recording of what you're out there. I mean,
yep, that's my van.
Yep, and you're out in the middle of the sticks, and look at that. I mean,
that's the camp that we're staying at.
Yeah.
And that was taken during the day when a lot of the people were down in the build site. The build site is happening in town at a business that's donated their parking lot. because we can't do it on BLM land. Otherwise, it
Oh,
would require a permit.
I was wondering about that.
You
Yeah.
can't do anything really organized. So we just keep it all real loosey-goosey. The BLM guys, we've been working with them. They know we're here. They just say, keep it low key. You can't put up big banners or anything in the camp.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, you deserve a shout out too, because the people that volunteer, obviously, just like the people that donate, it's time and money, and you're taking time away from work, and so you get uh, you get to have a little shout out yourself. How's that sound?
And there's people that came from all over the country. We have a gentleman from South Carolina. We have people from Tennessee,
Wow.
Montana, Florida, Texas. I can't remember where all I've seen.
Wow. Let me just stop for a minute. Facebook doesn't let us know who you are. If you want to put a hyphen on your post and who it is. Hi, y'all. See and hear y'all, but can't log in. So, yeah, you got to just follow every little step that they ask you to do. And most people sometimes on the first time can't log in. But if you just keep trying, like, look at what happened last week with, oh, gosh. The gal from Texas that came in, she couldn't get in, and she just kept trying. She kept pushing buttons, and she got in. So
just keep trying.
Just keep trying.
Deb, I think you also asked how it's advertised.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Check out you're obviously on Facebook if you found us. Homes on Wheel Alliance. There's two. There's the Facebook group, and then there's the nonprofit organization. Click on that nonprofit organization and follow that. And also, there will be a link there for their website. Follow their website. I believe it's Homes on Wheels Alliance. I'm pretty sure it's .org.
.org. It is. Yeah. I was just going to show the flyer you sent me today. If anyone's interested, because I know a lot of people are starting their little caravans. I'll put this up full screen here, so you can see it.
This is an open house that's happening on Friday the 28th. It's 1 to 4 p.m. And the recipients are all going to have their vans down there, and maybe a few other people as well. So the general public can come in. Well, basically nomads. Mm-hmm. They're trying to limit it to nomads, so they're not advertising it to the general public. But
okay.
I think any of us that are involved here are nomad enough to go.
Yeah, and you're sharing it with your friends and all that.
Right. So it's a potluck.
It is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing a little caravan out there just to let everybody know. There is a couple during the week. We're going to get a clarification on which ones to go to this week. I've got a meetup page out there if you want to get in the caravan. We're thinking about maybe 4 or 5 people caravanning together. Right now there's 3 of us, and we're going to meet out in Barstow, California, and then go on up about 150 miles on into Pahrump. It's right north of Las Vegas, so if you want to go over to Las Vegas afterwards, you can do that. But looking forward to seeing Cheryl. I know you might be leaving on that Friday, but we'll get there before you leave. So
I'm not. I canceled my hotel reservation. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, yay and boo at the same time.
It's one of those. Yeah, you know my story. It's something I really wanted to do, but I can do it in 2 years. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I want to see you again. I want to see the other gals, and I also am anxious to get home. I've been on the road almost 2 months now. It's time to get home to my dog and my husband.
Yep. Clearly, some people might envy you for you being out there, but when you get grounded, it's time to go home. So that's one nice thing about most of us that, we go out and then come back. The people that live in it, there's got to be a lot of joy in their vans being helped right now, or whatever rigs they have. That's got to be special to have something new. I mean, worth camping out in the desert, and you are in the desert, to get
we are definitely in the desert.
Yeah, and they're doing
it's interesting though, because
stuff.
Not all of these recipients are real comfortable with being in the desert. There's one in particular that she's definitely a city dweller,
really?
And she's very uncomfortable out here.
That would be me.
Yeah, I know. I thought about you when I was talking to her. And,
I like cement.
She says, I like to get out on asphalt. There's
That's
rocks
me.
and the dirt and ugh. And
I
she's
know,
been
that's
in a
me.
tent for 2 weeks, and they're not going to do any work on her van for the rest of this week and next week. So she's like, let's move you back into your van and we'll move you back
Yeah,
out next week at the end of next
exactly.
week.
Yeah, get a
So
nice.
she's happy she's in her little cocoon. She
Oh,
likes
okay.
her.
See, that makes a lot of sense. That was brilliant. Whoever thought of that one. Yeah, get them back to what they're used to. Mary, do you find this all fascinating that they're all out there? And you're in the city. I mean, is that fascinating?
Yes, it sounds interesting to me. I was going to ask you, Cheryl, is it also a place where, you know how people, you buy stuff and you figure out, oh, I bought this, but I don't need it. Is it a place where they give things away to people that
You
need them?
should see the free pile. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge, it's 2 shower curtains laying out in the desert here. And everybody, there's toilets, there's ice chests, there's
I've seen them before at a caravan, the
there's
free table.
cushions, there's clothing, there's coffee pots. I put a
Oh,
stove, a coffee pot, just a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff that I had bought that I
Yeah.
found I didn't
You go,
need.
oh, look at
But I've
that. That's a
also
nice.
gotten stuff off the pile that,
Yeah.
I could use that.
wow.
Oh, yeah. And
I
it's
got
like,
a nice down coat.
did you?
Yeah. I won't need this until I get home, but I've gained so much weight, it's nice to have that bigger coat.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, Barb.
Hey,
Oh, I can hear somebody in the background. That might be
hello.
you, Barbara. Hey, I think we're hearing your TV on or something. Oh, she doesn't hear
No,
us.
I don't have anything on in my house.
Oh,
I don't have anything.
I wonder what that is.
Let me see.
Let's see.
I don't know what that is, but it's not my house. I have nothing on.
Did it stop?
Yes.
It's quiet.
Well,
Yes.
not anymore.
Yeah, okay. It's
Oh,
Deb
no, I still
Wicklund.
hear it.
It's Deb Wicklund.
I don't know.
Oh no.
That's
Well, okay, hold on. Watch this. Okay, hear it, everybody? Hear it?
Yeah.
Now you don't hear it.
yes.
Football, is that what you're hearing?
Hear it?
I hear it.
When I mute you, we don't hear it. But when I put
Oh.
you,
My
I don't know.
husband's here, I'll mute it. My husband's football is very loud in the background, I guess.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Pam Hart says I can't come because football's on. I remember that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, did we get all the questions answered with Cheryl? Because that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was. And I asked that question because, yesterday and the day before was Amazon Prime Day.
That's right.
And I bought some things for camping, and it made me wonder if people were giving things away as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, that RTR that's going on, they said there's going to be a whole area for free. And I remember when I went on a caravan, they had one of those, and I went, "Oh man, look at that chair!" But I don't need it,
Yeah.
And, oh,
Right.
man, there's so many
There's
things.
a couple things I got my eye on that I could use at home, but if nobody takes it, they're going to take it to the Goodwill. So I figured on the last day I'll go through and take the stuff that I think I might use at home.
Exactly.
If nobody's going to use it for their vans and I can use it, I'm not going to give it to the Goodwill.
That's right. Well, it's
Yeah.
free, so you figure, if you can use it, take it. I mean, it's not like whatever. But yeah, those are neat. They're going to have one down in January down in Quartzsite too. I saw on their flyer.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Where are you, Barbara? You still in Kentucky?
No, I got in here Sunday. I came home Sunday. I'm so tired. I don't know what to do.
Oh, I bet. Well,
I'm so happy to be home. Oh,
Yeah.
but it's funny
Oh,
thing.
I
I'm
know.
ready to go camping. I'm glad to be home, but I'm ready to go camping because that was not a vacation that I was on.
No, it
Right.
wasn't. Golly. Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to just tell you all that I rearranged the YouTube channel a little bit and took some of the interviews for Nomad of the Week and turned them into Meet the Ladies on the Road. So there's little interviews over there. I made one for Paula, and I got Mary's. I'm working on Cheryl's, Tracy Miller, Jan. So there's all these little interviews with all of you. So if you want, you can take that link and use them, for a promo if you want to put them on your reel or whatever, and they're over there now on the YouTube channel.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just wanted to give you guys a shout out for doing those interviews. And we're going to let's do a little cross thing here before the recording starts, because we kind of have the honor and privilege of having Deb Wicklund in with us tonight, and she was the one that I wanted to have on a little while ago, but her actual vintage trailer wasn't done yet, and now she's got it done, and she's heading out for Parker in December. And so I know she's not on live, but I can at least show you a picture of her and the rig. And she is just became our travel expert on our page. There's a picture of her.
Oh, yeah.
And the rig is adorable. She did it in well, Deb, you can talk, you can tell us if you want.
When I first bought it this time last year, the outside was a big ugly blue blob. Imagine a man painting it, and he took the paint, and it was nothing but horrific blue, very blue, everything.
Hey Deb, before you say anything else, I just want to let everybody know that you are married, and we are not all man haters. There's married. Deb, Cheryl's married. This is not a man hater group. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, not at all. But it was pretty comical because he was very proud of it, and that's great. But the funny part behind the story is that he bought it and painted it for his daughter, who never ended up ever camping in it. So she probably hated the blue as much as I did. But anyway,
yeah.
So I think you might have an old one even, I don't know. But so the inside of it was all blue and white. You can see the blue and the seats on the picture Patty's showing you now on the seats.
Oh yeah.
And then of course it had the old table like camping tables have, where you can lower them and make a bed.
Right.
So I got rid of the table and put in that oak wood one. And that's my fridge. And then I think she has a picture of the bedside too. And I just turned it in, just kept the same aqua because it has the original ice box right there. And I didn't want to lose that opportunity, although I'm not going to use it for my cold stuff. This is a 1965. So I'm a little leery putting just ice in there and keeping my food cold. So I'm going to use it for my dry storage. So just cozy enough for me and my little dog.
Yeah, it really is cute. It was just I saw it from the before, so to see the after, it was really, really neat. And Deb's going down to Parker and spending the winter down there in that thing, so that's going to be really fun. Yeah,
and then I'm close, so I can drive over to California and do some visiting, and hoping to jump a cruise on February 5th and head out for a week and cruising. And so who knows?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, that was one of the other things I wanted to say in closing is if you go over, no, actually it's not on the page, but whatever you have, since Deb's going to be kind of our travel lady now, you can go to her. And I was telling somebody the other day, you could buy cruise tickets or hotel and airline on .coms all the time, but if you have a problem, it's really nice to have someone that can go to bat for you. And I know that she had an incident last week where she had to spend 2 or 3 hours of her own time straightening out a problem for a customer. And so that's the nice thing about working for a travel agent. And not to mention she's got really good prices. So anyway, Deb Wicklund, she's on our page, and call her if you need anything. Was that a good shout out for you, Deb?
Thank you very much.
I did. I'm going on a cruise.
She is, yes.
Where are you going? Cheryl, where are you going?
Baja. We should all go. Deb, how many cabins do you have available for that cruise?
I have 2 left.
Oh. When is it?
February 5th.
February 5th to the 12th on the Princess Diamond. And
out of San Diego.
Yes, thank you. Out of San Diego.
And I'm just on the fence. I'm waiting to get my
Oh, you're going, Patty.
Well, I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. I'm
Just
not
give
going to
Deb
say
your
anything
credit
yet.
card because you know you're going.
And then I just found my dumb passport and I have to renew it. And I don't know if it'll be done by February. So
it will.
Yes,
I
just
bet
do
you
it.
That's not a problem.
I
You
do
can
want to go
fast
though.
track
I
it. It
don't
costs
know.
a few bucks extra.
It's only taking 6 weeks to get a passport,
Oh, it
even
is?
when you
Okay.
even when you start from scratch.
Okay. Well, like I said, I have all intentions. I'm just waiting on a couple things. So bear with me, everybody. Bear with me, And so thanks, Deb, for all that information. So you can also contact her if there's, if you want to,
Yeah, just any other type of travel. Let me know if you need anything. I'd be happy to help. No pressure. I'm retired. I do it for the traveling, not for the money. So to me, it's just a way to connect and travel myself. So no pressure.
That's really, really awesome. And Cheryl just
Sounds good.
saw the post and jumped right on it. So that's pretty cool. You and your husband are going, right, Cheryl?
Yep. I figure I needed to do something to make up for being gone for 2 months.
Nothing like having guilty feelings, huh?
Yeah. And it turned out pretty good because I have been using a Princess credit card for like 4 or 5 years. And I had enough points built up that it actually paid for the entire cruise.
No, it didn't.
Wow.
Yes,
Are
it
you
did.
kidding?
I'm kidding.
And your
I'm not
husband, or
kidding.
just you? You and your husband? Or?
Both of us.
Holy moly, you must have had a lot of points.
I had a lot of points built up.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Well, all right. Well, we're at
I'm
the
not
30
telling
minute mark.
him though, because I told him he had to pay for his half. So
Oh,
You're my kind of girl, Cheryl. That's what I do.
let me turn the recording off. I want to say goodbye to everybody. Don't anybody go away. If we're going to talk about husbands, we better get off the recording. But anyway, I want to thank everybody once again for another week of van life. And, it's, hey, you can be in a cute little rig like Deb's or Van's or whatever you want. But we're here every Thursday at 5:00 Pacific time. And I'm so grateful that you all came in so we can have fun. And we'll see you next week on another episode. And thank you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Cheryl.
thank you.
Yeah.